Welcome back to Major League Baseball. Sort of.
Not a terrible start to the season.
Are you ready?
Ready!
Are you set?
Set!
Do you need a count?
Nasser!
Because that was a lot of money thrown at very little amount of players. And one of them was already out for the season in Jake Odorizzi. But the Texas Rangers this season are at 15-11, first in the AL West. Did not see that coming. But really, let's be honest. The real reason that they're even sitting this far in the season, to this point, past the Astros and sitting first in the division, is simply because the Houston Astros have been unable to get past some pretty mediocre opponents so far. They've not been playing their best baseball.
Oh no! We suck again!
As it stands right now, the Rangers have eliminated their 4-game losing streak. They went to Cincinnati. They got swept by the Reds of all the teams. Their attendance, they looked like nobody was in the stands. So at least nobody really got to see us get swept. And then we came back to Arlington. And of course, while we have our first losing skid of 2023, we get to face Garrett Cole on the bump. 1-run game. And it's a loss. Here we go again. I mean, technically it wasn't a 1-run loss. We lost 4-2. But for the longest time, it was a 3-2 ball game for the Yankees. Of course, giving up the long ball is not ideal. And then we look at tonight, right? We come to tonight, and our ace, Jacob deGrom, who we got from the New York Mets, comes out here and is relieved after 3 2/3 innings pitched, I believe it was. And it was a precautionary move because of tightness in his forearm. So he's pitching against the Royals a couple weeks ago, and he gets relieved after a few innings because of a scare with his wrist. And now he's being relieved for a scare with his forearm. And I don't know how much more of this I can take. And Mets fans have always been very vocal this year about how we're going to see this. And we're going to regret taking this guy, how old he is, all the injuries that he had, his inability to stay on the field last season and the year before for the Mets. But I'll tell you this one thing. When this dude is on the mound, he is the best in baseball. The last time he went out there, he pitched against the A's. I get it. It's the Oakland Athletics. They're the worst team in baseball. I thought it would be the Nats, but it's the Oakland A's. And, I mean, you sell your team, this is kind of what you deserve. But deGrom goes out there and shuts down 11 guys. Strikes out 11, doesn't allow but 2 runs in the game, and has to be relieved in the 6th inning, I believe it was, after 6 innings of work. And then they came in and shut the thing out, which was a great win for the Rangers. But then we go on to play Cincinnati, and it was just not a series I thought we were going to have. We had the 3rd best pitching staff in the nation coming into the series with Cincinnati. And the bullpen had a 2.7 ERA, so 2.7 ERA. It was really good. And then we get swept by Cincinnati because the bullpen can't hold a lead. This feels like deja vu all over again. They've been able to score runs, but the bullpen hasn't been able to produce enough. The first game, the Rangers come out and they score a bunch of runs in the 2nd, 3rd, and the 4th inning. But then the Reds kind of push their way back in the 8th and the 9th inning. Of course, they walk it off in the bottom of the 9th. But it was just an insane way to lose a ball game. And then the second game of the series, this should never have happened. We should not have been swept. We should have won that second game of the series. We go out there and we put up 6 runs to start out. It is 6-0 Rangers. In the bottom of the 7th, we relieve Jonathan Hernandez, and then we allow the inevitable to happen. The bullpen blows up. Cole Reagans forgot how to pitch, and we lose the game. They score 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th, and they go on to win it 7-6. Same score from the night before. And in the final game of the series, we lose 5-3, which wasn't ideal either. Early in the year, it's still April, so let's sweep it under the rug and let's keep on moving. So we welcome the Yankees back into town for the first time this season anyways, but we welcome them back. Over the last 8 times that the Yankees have been here in Arlington, Texas, the Rangers have only been winners of 3 of those 8 games.
Why?
And I'm not just talking about Arlington as in like overall, like even including the old stadium. No, the ballpark in Arlington is its own thing. But Globe Life Field, yeah, we've only won 3 games out of the 8 that the Yankees have come to town. And now we've tacked on 2 more, so now we're only winners of 4 of the last 10. Not great. Willie Calhoun actually has been smacking the ball around for the Yankees, which good for him, I guess. You know, I like to see guys succeed, It just sucks that we had to let him go. He wasn't doing much for the Rangers when he was with us. And then we shipped him off to San Francisco. He goes to the minor league system with the Yankees, has an invitation to spring training, does really well, and now he's hitting 4-hole for a team that has a lot of injury. Whoop-de-doo. They have injury every year. Stanton wasn't in the lineup tonight. Judge wasn't in the lineup tonight. LeMahieu was leading off. Volpe wasn't even in the lineup tonight. It's just a weird situation for the Yankees right now. But Garrett Cole has been pitching Cy Young numbers. So I saw we were playing him game one, and I know we have a great offense, but you don't have Seager too. A grade 2 hamstring tear, and he's going to be out for a few weeks, so we're going to be without him. And that you can't really win without. I mean, there's a pretty big hole over there at shortstop. I know we've been trying with Ezekiel Duran and Josh Smith, which Josh Smith has been struggling as well. That guy's hitting with a 133 average through his last 6 games, and I know we don't use him very often. And I mean, he's a young guy, and so is Ezekiel Duran. But it kind of shows the lack of depth that we have. Yeah, they're good. They're solid guys. They're just not ready yet. But Josh Young, yeah, I'm excited about that dude. I'm very excited about him.
Yeah, buddy. It's on now.
I was talking about how the Rangers bullpen hasn't been doing too well, but I think that if we didn't have Dane Dunning and Jonathan Hernandez, it would be really bad. I mean, Will Smith, coming from the Astros, that was a fantastic pickup because I was not looking forward to having Jose Leclerc as my closer this season. I know he's been good and he's been serviceable and he's done a lot of good things for the Rangers in a lot of years past. But I've seen some digression. I've seen this guy blow leads before. He's not as dominant as he used to be. He used to be a top 10, maybe top 5 closer in the game a few years ago. But his inability to stay on the field, the injuries as well, he's kind of lost his touch in the baseball. And it's early. You know, we're talking about early projections. Last time I made a Rangers video, it was September. It wasn't early in the season, and they were pretty much out of playoff contention. But now they're sitting in first place, which, yeah, again, I know, it's early. But you're going to let me live, all right? This is a fun time for me. I get to be first in the division. You remember the last time the Rangers were first in their division? Because I don't.
Look at us. Hey, look at us. Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Because my Dallas Cowboys let me down this season. But, I mean, to be honest, let's be honest. They weren't going to make a Super Bowl run. They were fantastic on the defensive side of the football. They were holding people from scoring. High-flying offenses holding them from scoring. And Prescott, man. Prescott is great. Prescott is such a good quarterback. He's able to put the ball where he needs to put it, throw it to his receivers. And he revolutionizes an offense, but the only issue with that guy is sometimes he forgets what colors he's wearing and throws to the other team. Led the league in interceptions last year, and eventually that's what hurt us. He threw 2 interceptions against the Niners and almost threw 3 on that last drive at the end. So they didn't get the job done. The Niners go on to play the Eagles in the NFC Championship game, and they lose that one, and the Eagles go on to lose the Super Bowl, thank God, to the Kansas City Chiefs. I was not going to be happy with another Eagles Super Bowl.
Eagles, what happened? How you beat the Super Bowl champions? Chiefs!
But if it makes it any better, the Rangers opened up the season against the Philadelphia Phillies, the reigning National League champions, and we swept them. That is not something I expected. I'll tell you what, though, I got to go to opening day. And that was my first opening day. And that was very fun. If I would have went in there and we would have lost opening day, you know, to be honest, I would have just been like, yeah, this is about right. But we didn't, so good for us. Another batter that's been doing really well for us this season is Jonah Heim. You know, beforehand, that guy's been kind of thrown around the league, a really highly talented prospect at the catching position. And he's been pretty talented as far as the defensive side with his ability to frame. He's like a top 10 framer in the league. And I truly think he has the opportunity to go top 10 catchers. Or no, sorry. I think he can go top 5 catchers in the league by the end of the season. Especially if his bat keeps heating up the way that it has. This dude has been lighting up the scoreboard right now. So far, Jonah Heim has knocked in 4 home runs. He's only struck out 14 times. And he's had as many at-bats as some of the starters that we've had on the team. Obviously, we have to flip-flop a little bit with him and kind of platooning what we've had. And, of course, Mitch Garver, again, going down with injury. He hasn't really been able to play much, but hopefully that doesn't last too long. And then we picked up Sandy Leon, which is not somebody I thought that we were going to be able to have a serviceable outing with. But he's been decent with us. But I'll tell you a pickup that I just did not expect for to work out with us, Travis Jankowski. Where did this guy come from? Picked him up over the offseason, Gave him an invite to spring training. Definitely a player that we would have been throwing in for the minor league system. Not somebody that we would have thrown in, just to go out there and start playing baseball. But very serviceable. So far, he's been elite. This guy hasn't played as much, obviously, but he hasn't struck out as much, too. And in the outfield aspect of it, he's been doing really well. He's been playing good defense. Offensively, he's been playing a pretty good game. I'm excited to see kind of where we can plug and play this guy at, honestly. Like, I know he's not going to be great for us. I don't know if he can keep it up. I'm not going to say he can't be great. I just don't know if he can keep it up and stay up in the system and really get us out to where we need to be as a team. But as it stands right now, hey, top of the division. I'll take it. I know it's early, but I'll take it.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on! Ah! Yes!
Game 3 is tomorrow, and I'm sure we're going to have Nathan Eovaldi on the mound, which is someone the Yankees know how to beat up pretty well, so we'll see how that goes. He's not been great to start out the season. He's been solid, but not fantastic to start out the season. Maybe this is his rebound game, especially to take care of a beat-up Yankee squad right now. They're without 4 of their starters, so maybe go out there, go against the prospects, but maybe their best hitter, Willie Calhoun, will beat us up as a revenge game to take care of business against us. But we'll see.
2 days later.
Update, we won the series 3-1 in a 4-game series. We just beat the Yankees 15-2. Bronx Bombers who?